Hi, my name is Karin, and I'll be your book lady tonight. Let's get started tonight talking about some nonfiction. More specifically, I'm going to show you some of our Lift the Flap books. Usborne is really well known for our nonfiction. It's one of the things that we do best, and we just have a way of presenting nonfiction information to children that is digestible and easy to understand and really gets children excited about the world around them. So I'm going to start off tonight with our Peek Inside series. A progression that we have that I love is we have Peek Inside books, Look Inside, and then See Inside. And you can tell by the titles of those series that each series is going to have progressively more information. So our latest Peek Inside book is Peek Inside the Jungle. Our Peek Inside books are geared for older toddlers and preschoolers. All of them are really beautiful. They've got big flaps that are difficult to rip. They present little chunks of information, and we have lots of different titles. We've got space, dinosaurs, the farm, Peek Inside Nighttime, Peek Inside the Zoo, Peek Inside Animal Homes. Just a lot of really fun titles. They're all beautiful and lots of fun. One of our newer books in our Look Inside series is Look Inside How Computers Work. This one talks about what goes on behind the computer screen, beneath the keyboard, and inside the electronic brain of a computer. So I'll show you some of the inside pictures. Other Look Inside titles include The Jungle and Look Inside Space, Look Inside Food. Let's see this one. It's like that. So this is Look Inside How Computers Work, and we have lots of Look Inside titles, and they're really fun. And they're a step up, you can tell, from the Peek Inside books. And then the oldest series in there is our See Inside books. This is one of our most popular, See Inside Your Body. This one's got lots and lots of flaps. It talks about your food as it travels through your body and your breath, and it goes into your lungs. We'll look at the mind and your brain. So there's lots of information in this book, lots of flaps to look under and find out lots of really cool things about the body. We've got lots of other Lift the Flap books. One of my favorite is Lift the Flap First Questions and Answers. This is a brand new title called How Do I See? And this one talks about seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling things. So there's lots of information in here, but you can tell there's not too much text, and the illustrations are very simple. So it presents just a little bit of information. It's really easy to understand and lots of fun to explore by lifting up the flaps and seeing what's underneath. So that's Lift the Flap First Questions and Answers, How Do I See? We also have Lift the Flap First Blank. So this is Lift the Flap First Math. We've got Lift the Flap Opposites and colors and words. This is a really, really fun series. This is really great for helping young children developing skills in adding and subtracting numbers, and it just involves using numbers from 0 to 10. I think it makes math, simple math, super easy to understand, and I'm really excited to have this book in my home for my kids. So that's Lift the Flap First Math. Another series we have is Lift the Flap Questions and Answers. We've got lots of titles in this series. We've got Lift the Flap Space. This one is one of our newest, Lift the Flap Questions and Answers about food. And this book answers all kinds of questions about food. We talk about where, how, why, what, which, who, yes, and no. So there's lots of information in here. Some of it's funny, some of it's just really informative. I had a really good time going through page by page and lifting up all the flaps when I first got this book. There's a lot to learn in here. So let's Lift the Flap Q&A about food. Another Lift the Flap, this is similar to that first math series, but this is going to be much more advanced. This is Lift the Flap Fractions and Decimals. So this one talks about fractions, decimals, and percentages, what they are and how you can use them. And at the end there is a little skill test, so you can test your fraction knowledge with a little challenge. This includes times tables from 1 to 12. I think it really breaks down the numbers and fractions and decimals into a really easy to understand format. I think it's super smart and lots of fun. I wish that I had had this in elementary school and beyond. It would have been super helpful. And then one of my very favorites is Lift the Flap Art. I just think it's beautiful. Lots of paintings and prints and sculptures in this book. It really just invites your kids or you to peek inside the world of art. The flaps are going to reveal how art is made, and we'll have some learning about, see this right here, interesting details and hidden clues in art. I think it's just a wonderful introduction to the world of art, kind of like having a museum in your own home. So that's Usborne Lift the Flap Art. Thanks so much. I'm excited to share the rest of the books with you tonight.